Joining us now is Senator Marsha Blackburn of Senate Armed Services. Senator, those are disturbing images. They're really graphic. They are streaming out on the internet. The president's approval ratings have collapsed to 39%, lowest point of his presidency. That's according to an Economist YouGov poll, primarily due to a 9 percentage point drop in Democrats who disapprove now. They don't approve of what the president is doing. So we don't know how many Americans are still stranded there, according to the State Department. What do you say to all this?
I say it is completely unacceptable that we are this far into this and they still cannot tell you how many Americans are there, how many of our SIV holders are there, how many applicants are there, who among our NATO allies are there. People just do not know. And the good work that is being done is now being done by individuals who are veterans, who are going in to get Americans, to get these SIV holders and get them out of the country and away from the violence and the terror and potential loss of life that ISIS-K, the Taliban, Al-Qaeda are planning to take out on people that were friendly to the NATO countries, that were friendly to the United States, that worked with us and helped in this war on terror.
You know, the administration is still unclear on the number of Americans trapped. Voters out there are saying to each other, you know, according to the polls, why did you leave and not know how many Americans were still behind? And the White House is still blocking 26 Senate Republicans, including Susan Collins and Tom Cotton, from finding out how many Americans are still trapped behind terror lines. We've got the Pentagon chief and Joint Chiefs chair testifying before your Senate Armed Services Committee coming up in a couple weeks. What do you want to ask them?
Oh, I'm going to be asking, was there a withdrawal plan? Did that plan include leaving Americans, our Afghan partners, and our allies behind enemy lines? Did it include turning over Bagram Airfield and all of the equipment, the billions, tens of billions of dollars in equipment? Did it include giving that to the Taliban to arm them up? Did they think about the implications of having a war on terror, fighting an ideology and terrorists? And now what do? You give them a country where they can say, now we have a safe haven. We can begin to export terrorism. Yeah, Did you think about China and the ties to China, and China wanting those rare earth minerals that we've put time into doing all the mapping on where they're located? Did you think about that? Did you think about giving China a direct route into Tehran? Did you think about China, Russia, Iran, North Korea being the axis of evil? And who do they support? They support the Taliban.
Yeah, we hear you on that, Senator. You know, it's the rhetoric that Americans are reacting negatively to in the polls against the White House. Let's watch this. Watch.
With regard to the composition of this government or interim government, I noted the fact that it certainly does not meet the test of inclusivity, and it includes people who have very challenging track records.
I do think that the historic evacuation of 120,000 people was remarkable, and I commend the administration for that. This is never easy. That's not always complete right from the start, but it was remarkable, even though it got off to a hazy start.
Got off to a hazy start. 13 of our troops, 13 U.S. soldiers killed by terrorist suicide bombers. Is that a, quote, hazy start?
Oh, the conduct, the words, the disinterested nature, the callousness of actually caring about Americans that were there in Afghanistan, about caring for and caring about these troops that were killed and their families. It is astounding to me. And I will tell you that I fully believe the reason the American people have done such an about-face on Joe Biden, this administration, Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer is because they sound as if they do not give a ripping flip about protecting the American people against terrorism. All they want to do is pass their infrastructure bill, pass Bernie Sanders' budget, continue with their socialist agenda so they can turn us into a socialist nation, and they will have achieved nirvana, government control of everything. It is misplaced priorities. The American people are figuring them out, and we're going to have to buckle down and block this and keep a lot of bad things from happening between now and the 22 elections.
All right, Senator, you got your work cut out for you. Senator Marsha
Yes.
Blackburn, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Up next.